say, what the hell does it matter if you get a permit for it? It's going to go underwater. And we had this discussion, and I was scratching my head and saying, what do we do about this? And then Kurt mentioned the California Climate Adaptation Strategy. And it was developed under Governor Schwarzenegger. And Governor Schwarzenegger, I don't know if you know this, but before he was governor, he had another job. And his press conferences were just sensational because they were secret, because he didn't want the public there. So when they rolled out the California Climate Adaptation Strategy, he decided to do it at Treasure Island. And the reason he wanted to do that is that's when he signed AB 32, and he had Tony Blair on the big screen behind him, and you got that beautiful backdrop of San Francisco. It's great. Of course, nobody knew about it except the media. They were all there. Everything was wired into the mic, and he was doing his presentation. And what we had done was slipped in behind him, and we had these big BCDC maps showing the areas around the bay that were vulnerable to flooding. And he's talking away, and I saw him. He looked over and he saw the map. And he walked over to the map, and his team says, "You're off, Mike. You're off, Mike." He says, "I know I'm off, Mike. This is a photo op. Get with the program." So he is pointing to this map, and so it shows in the San Francisco paper the next day, here's the governor, here's the map, BCDC's logo. I'm a bureaucrat. I'm happy as a clam. And what I didn't notice, he had his hand over Treasure Island. Now, whatever you think about Treasure Island, they have come up with a really elegant, sophisticated plan for dealing with seismic safety, transportation, land use, environmental justice, equity, and sea level rise. What happened when he did that, the investors went out the door. And it took about 2 months to get the governor to write a letter to then Mayor Newsom saying, you got a good plan for Treasure Island. It's fully consistent with the California Adaptation Program. And what I realized at that point is it wasn't whether you could get a permit, it was whether you could get investment. So we jumped over all the guys who were at our debates, and we went to the business community and said, it is in the Bay region's best business interest to come up with a strategy for dealing with climate change and sea level rise, because if we don't, that business investment is going to go someplace else in the world. So ultimately, our commission, with support from labor, from local government, from business, from the developers, and even reluctantly from the environmental community, unanimously changed the Bay Plan. But that was the way the process worked. Where do we go from here? We've tossed this over to the Joint Policy Committee, which is that terrible agency MTC, the lovely agency of BCDC, the fantastic agency of the Air District, and the Guild of Local Governments called ABAG. And we will all work together on a regional strategy, which Bruce will tell you more about. Thank you.